What's going on, guys? So I want to take the time to talk about a really big issue that's very concerning for Blade and Soul, that Unreal Engine 4 will not be fixing. A lot of people, including myself, are very excited for Unreal Engine 4. Hopefully it's going to fix optimization. But even if it does, it's a really big issue that we really need to talk about, because it's going to scare a lot of players away and make a lot of people not really want to play the game. And it's the pay to win. And it's only been getting worse, unfortunately. Like, of course, we've had it in the past. It started with the spring trove we had in 2016. That's when it first came out, the spring one. And back then, it wasn't as bad. It just give you like costumes and stuff, and people weren't too negative about it. But over time, they increased more pay to win. They added more RNG loot boxes. They gave better items in there. And over time, we got to the point where basically there's always RNG boxes in the cash shop. There's always stuff you can buy from the daily deals that give stuff like materials that you don't have to grind for. And just recently, they actually added this Fortune's Favor, which they kind of just like snuck it in. They just kind of threw it in the game. This is the second time they've had it. To me, this is one of the worst systems for pay to win I've seen in Blade Soul, which is really scary. So you see right here, basically you have these tokens where you buy from the cash shop. So you go to the Homewood store, limited time, or actually it's a feature, my bad. And then it's Fortune's Favor. So you buy these coins right here. You buy up to 300 for almost 10,000 NT coin, which is like hundreds of dollars, crazy. And basically when you use these coins, you need 3 of them for one purchase. For each tab is different though. Some of these you need 5 for one purchase. You see this run right here. Basically when you win one of these items, you can't get it again. So let's say I use 5 of these Fortune Favor coin. It gives me the premium transformation stone right here. It goes to 101 and it zeroes out. So you can't get the same of these items twice, or actually for this case you can right here. You get 2 of these mats, you get 10 of these mats, but after that you can't get any more. So eventually if you spend enough money, you will get the item you want, is what I'm trying to make my point. So eventually you will get this item right here if you spend enough money. I think the mats you have to spend, I think it's like $200 to $300, something like that. It's a large amount, honestly. So if you spend enough money, you are guaranteed to get this item right here. The reason why this item is such a big deal, in my opinion, is because with that voucher, you can go to this tab right here, and you can exchange it for accessories. These are very high tier accessories, some of the best accessories in the game. The belt from Naru Santum, which is a very hard dungeon. You have this one right here, the Orthburn Ring. You have the Dresser Necklace. This is the definition of pay to win, because you are literally paying to get these high tier accessories. You don't have to grind, you just spend $200 to $300, boom, you get it. This should not be in the game at all. This is total BS. And honestly, the Trove, I hate it. It's RNG. It's not fun. I don't like it. And they have a bunch of BS in there, like Dia gems and all this crap. But at least with that is RNG, to the factor that you could spend $1,000 and you might never get a freaking gem from there. Or you might spend $1,000 and never get the soul that they always show in there, the high tier soul you can get from the Trove that no one really ever gets. With this, you are guaranteed to get this eventually, because you can just keep spending money and you'll get all these items and then you won't get them anymore. So you'll eventually get the voucher. This is why I have a really big issue with this, because you're literally selling high tier accessories for in real life money. Now, someone could argue, well, Jarke, you could just grind the dungeon. Yeah, let me grind the dungeon for like 3 months straight to actually get this stupid accessory when you can spend $200 and be done with it. It's a totally stupid system, and really it just makes it really unfun. Like, can you imagine spending $200 versus grinding for months for this dungeon to get this accessory? And they make these dungeons really grindy where they never drop the accessories. It's like 1 out of like 200 runs you'll maybe see accessory drop out of these dungeons. Very, very low probability. And then the grinding to actually be able to purchase the accessory with the cores, you get like a couple cores per run. It like everything is so grindy and just so time consuming. And I feel like they make it like that so that you want to just spend money. Like, maybe not everyone's going to do this, but majority of these top tier whales in the game, they see this and say, well, I'll just like spend like $200 or $300 and then I don't have to grind for this accessory like 12 hours a day for the next month. That's just a sad factor, and I feel like this is going to leave a really negative impact on Blade and Soul, because you're making the game worse so that people spend money on it. Like, it's just a really bad factor for the game, because you're hurting the quality of the game. Like, I don't mind like cosmetics in the cash shop. I don't care for a lot of that stuff. I don't really mind. But when you're hurting the game, like making it more grindy and more tedious and more annoying, just so that people are incentivized to actually spend money in the cash shop, to actually buy it and skip that grind, I just feel like it's just such a bad move for the game. And unfortunately, it's going to get worse. I don't see it really changing. If you look at how NCSoft manages all their games, they're all like this. They all have pay to win. The only exception is Guild Wars 2, and that's because it's ran by ArenaNet, which they do have some cash shop stuff like cosmetics, but they are not like crazy pay to win like these games, and that's the reason why. But every other NCSoft game, Lineage, Ion, Blade and Soul, all these are pay to win, and that's just how they run their stuff. So in my opinion, I feel like Unreal Engine 4, if it does fits optimization, they're not going to change their business practices, which is really scary to me, because you'll probably have people who play for a couple weeks and then they see how bad the pay to win is and just they dip out. And that's just a sad factor of Blade Soul. So if this doesn't change, I really feel like this is going to hinder the game. And that's why I want to make this video. I wanted to make people aware of this and why this is a big issue. This pay to win, this rampant pay to win that keeps getting worse, like this is just absolutely disgusting. I really hate to see this in the game. Like, why are you selling people accessories? Like, why are you selling people Ascension stones, like Unity stones? Like, it just doesn't look good for the state of the game, in my opinion. I mean, some people maybe don't care and just want to play the game casually, and that's fine. That's kind of what I do too. But it's just not healthy for the game. I think everyone can agree that making the game more grindy, more tedious on purpose to sell you the solution, sell you a cheap skip, is not good for the game. It doesn't make the game better. And this is a really big issue that Unreal Engine 4 is not fixing at all. And it's going to be here probably getting worse over time. So that's just a sad factor. I want to bring that to you guys' attention. I don't have the solution. I don't think NCSoft will probably change. Maybe. I just highly doubt it, honestly, with their history. But I want people to be aware of this and know what you're getting into, that the pay to win is pretty rampant in this game. And it's only gotten worse over the years. It definitely hasn't decreased or anything. And unfortunately, that's the case with Blade Soul. So that's a big issue. If they fix optimization, hopefully they look at their business practice. But again, highly unlikely. Like, this literally looks like stuff you would get from like a mobile game. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. Appreciate you guys a lot. I'll see you guys in the next one real soon.